All right, back, load up the VS Code. Okay, so last time we were looking into how to get the same output as the command line. Cool. Yep. And so one thing I wanted to go over is an issue I was having before, and that was it was like printing too many columns. What I did was I didn't realize I had instead of I is less than number of columns, I just had number of columns. So it was like an infinite loop because there was no actual condition, and this was always true. So that's the issue I was having before. So I fixed that. And what we got from that, uh, so this is pretty interesting. I'm going to come back to this. Uh, let's see. I'm going to come back to these and why that's helpful. It's just another thing I was looking at. But when I got this printed out, I noticed that, show you right now. I'll show it on the screen. What do I have to do here? I think I need to push. This is in CBC test. Build. CBC. Exam. Okay, and then make driver equals minimum. I'm gonna try to use the history a little bit more, so I don't have to type that out every time. But what I noticed was, just like when we were having the infinite loop, it's kind of coming together to get the output I'm looking for. But if we go back to, is it here? Here. So what I noticed was, if you look here, 13.7, 17, etc., we are getting those numbers. And it matches all the way down to 156. Yeah. And then 146 is 38.4. Yeah. And there's some rounding, so I just have to format it differently maybe. So yeah, we're getting some of the data that we need. We're getting these numbers, which are the column numbers. We're getting the column names, but they have an X, and I still can't figure out how that's happening with command line. One thing I'm thinking about doing if I can't figure it out is just doing a string replace the C with an X. So I'm not sure why exactly that's happening. But so it goes from 0 to 156, so that's only part of it. So that'd be the bottom part. And we're still not getting these numbers. So I looked at this, and this is another set of values. And you can see there's 49 of them. So you can see that when I printed out the number of rows, it's 49. Number of columns, 157. So those seem to match exactly with what we are looking for. So these are rows, and these are columns down here. I did try printing out the row names, but they're like R. They start with an R instead of a C, which makes sense. So I'm not sure what's up with this, but basically I'm gonna need to print out column names for the rows for this part, and then the column names here. Or I could do row names and replace the R with a C, and then column names and replace the X with a or C with an X. But there might be a better way to do it, but that's if I can't figure out anything else, we can get that data for sure. So then really all we're missing is this middle column. So one thing I was looking into is I looked at the logs again, and was there anything else to say about the code? Let me go back to it and just check. Well, I already talked about all that stuff up there. Yeah. So I'm getting the number of rows. That was already there. And then this stuff down here. So the best solution I already explained, and the coefficients we looked at. I don't remember where I found that. I think that was in the one of the examples. And that's getting those values on the far right, which is what we need. And then what else? Oh, another thing I want to look at too is anyways, and we talked about logging out the rows and columns. So this is all the same as before. And then I fixed the for loop to not be an infinite loop. So that's all good. And then one thing I noticed was in the logs I have. So I was looking at these values that are passed in. I thought, okay, well, it's probably a good idea to search some of these. I don't remember if I searched all these, but I thought printing options, kind of what we're dealing with here, how it's being printed out. So I searched for that, and what I found was, uh, is it here? Printing options. It's really only in one actual file where they talk about, well, they talk about it here and here. But in this CBC solution, I found this. So routine to write out the solution to a problem. That's basically what I'm trying to do. I looked through it. I don't know if I could use this directly because I need to pass in these params. I don't know exactly how those work, but this is something I might actually use directly, but I don't think it's actually what I want to do, to be honest, because prints out some more stuff than I think I need. But there are some things to look at in here that might help us. But one thing I noticed, as I showed before, is has rows and columns. So I think really what I'm doing is I'm getting a bunch of the row data. I mean the column data, I'm printing it out. That's what I'm doing now, pretty much. And then probably just need some row data. So one thing I wanted to look at too was, where's the output? So here, if I can match these numbers up, maybe to the rows, because I remember they didn't match up to the columns. Or actually, let me see. So CBC solution. Yeah. Let me look at the columns really quick. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2. Yeah. So those don't match up either. So the only thing that's matching up right now is this. On the right hand side and the other stuff. Okay. But what I can do at least is print out for each row as well. So let's get that working and go from there. And then really quick before I start on that, I was looking at this getting solution information. So I did try this reduced costs. Um, did I try that? I think I tried that. And the reason I tried that is because there's something in here, not in here. I think it was something reduce costs. Where did I see that? Was it in here? Oh yeah, I saw this dual column solution. Um, and I just thought I'd try it out. I think there was a little bit more thinking involved, but I don't remember what it was. But Yeah, so I want to try some of these. And maybe what I need actually is like the row solution. The first thing I want to do is get the primal row solution because it seems to match up with the primal column solution. And then from there, maybe if I get the objective, that'll match up. So I'm gonna try printing some stuff out and seeing what I get. It's the next step. Seeing if it matches up. So for that, I want another for loop. I guess I'll stick with this format up here, even though it's basically the same as down there. Int I equals 0, and make sure I don't create a infinite loop this time. Number rows, I think it's called. Yeah, number rows, plus plus I. And then in here, do I have value twice, or is that just a glitch? All right, let me save this, go back in. I don't think I have that twice. Oh, that's something else. Okay, what's up with this? All right, there we go. So, noob programmer, welcome to the stream. How long have you been coding? I've been coding a while. Let me think, 20 years, something like that. But I really just got more into it kind of recently. So I kind of didn't make a lot of progress until recently. So I'm definitely not like a beginner, but I'm not as advanced as you might expect someone to be coding for 20 years, I guess. Yeah, I've been actually coding for a while, just like here and there, just for fun, on and off, I guess you could say. How about yourself? How long have you been into it? Hmm. Let's see. Solution. So yeah, I wanted to 4 years. Nice, nice. What kind of stuff have you been working on lately? Have you been interested in? Advanced, double. So I'm gonna say OBJ2, model, solver. Uh, let's try the same thing. No, what am I talking about? Let's do the row solution. Get row activity. I did try this, by the way, just typing model GT reduce costs, and that didn't work. So I don't know what's up with that because this worked. This solution worked. This did not for me. So. JS and Python, cool. Same here. Yeah, same here. The only reason I'm doing this CSS or not CSS, C++ is because I like C++. I mean, I barely know it, but I it looks like I might know it, but I really don't. I'm just kind of pattern matching right now because I don't know what's going on. And reading some documentation. But this code here, like I didn't actually write a bunch of this code. I'm just like modifying it to get it to do what I want. Um, the title of the stream's a little bit misleading, but basically what I want to do is get this pulp library, which is written in Python. I have that actually working kind of in the browser through Pyodide, and it calls out to a library that's written in C. And so I'm trying to get that library to work without using the command line and just writing a program that will work in the browser. So the idea is to get everything to work in the browser because I don't want to involve servers with the calculation. So I'm just trying, the only C part I'm doing is really just trying to get this thing to work. And it's not, I kind of don't know what I'm doing to be honest. I barely know C. Last time I used C before now was like over 15 years ago, I think. Maybe a little bit in school too. Um, but I like C. C++, I don't know. It's okay, I guess. But I really like just C by itself for sure. Printf. So, not printf. So value. And we'll call this same thing. We'll call it row solution. And what kind of projects are you working on? New programmer? What kind of stuff you into right now? Flufios, hey, how's it going, man? Welcome back. Not much, man. Just working on this project I've been wanting to do for a little while. Finally making some progress on it, but it's kind of slow. As soon as I can get this thing working, I can make some like big progress. I won't have to focus on C anymore. Not that I don't like C, but it's just I want to get moving on what I'm trying to do. Um, so let's see. I keep forgetting what I'm trying to do. Oh yeah, I want to do primal row solution. So we want get row activity. Get row activity. That is here. So we'll call this solution or row solution. Probably call it primal row solution, but that's okay. Row solution equals model dot solver get row activity, and then row solution. It's actually going to match exactly. And actually, I'm gonna comment this out for now, and just so we could see this section. Mostly web apps with Python at the back end. Nice. What I'm not that familiar. Like I know Django is popular and Flask is popular and maybe Fast API is another one. What out of those ones, what do you like to use? New programmer for back or maybe a different one or maybe your own thing. I don't know. What? You're signed out. What's up with that? Why did I get signed out? What's going on? Hopefully I'm not getting hacked or something. That's weird. I've never had that happen like that. It sucks it was right in the middle of a an edit too. I don't know how that's gonna affect the file, but let's see. Um, examples. Flask is what I'm currently using. Yeah. Out of all those I listed, Django, Flask, and the Fast API, Flask is the only one I've tried. I just did like a basic example and I really liked it. Really really liked how it works. It's kind of like it seemed kind of similar to Express, which is the main one I have experience with for creating APIs in JavaScript. Flufius, I've been making a GUI for a macro sheet I made. Nice, dude. I just make funny macros with HK. Dude, I love HK. I love HK. I've used a lot of HK for little automation things I need to do. One thing I've gotten into, or not gotten into, I've used recently to do some automation, is PyAutoGUI, which I think I might start using instead of AHK because then you have like all of the Python language, but I don't think you can do as much stuff you can do with AHK. So, um, but PyAutoGUI is pretty nice too. And the guy that made PyAutoGUI streams too, a little bit here and there, and wrote some good Python books, I guess. I haven't read them, but I heard they're good. HK's Pog, yeah, dude, I really like HK. I've used HK for a ton of like little projects. Very handy, very handy. Same here, yeah, somewhat similar to Express. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, Flask was nice. Um, let's see, what am I trying to do? Nano, minimum. Oh yeah, I was editing this file. Okay. Dang, I think I lost those edits. I wonder why that happened. I don't know. Anyways, new line, const double row solution equals model equals model dot solver get row activity, and then oh, it still has something here, and then double value equals row solution, and then double objective. We don't need to print that out, and then we'll just do printf. Same thing. I don't know how to copy lines in let's see if I can figure that out. M6? What is that? M6. I don't know. I'll just print it out. I know you could like connect VS Code to this too, and I know I could probably just use Vim, but I don't know. I'm not good with any of that stuff. I tried connecting VS Code to this to like edit it remotely, and I ran into an error and I just gave up. Hmm. Um, rows and columns, that's what you're working on? Oh, right, right. Thank you. Yeah, so this is I don't understand exactly how this works, but this is rows and columns of a solution for a linear programming problem. And that is how this thing works that I'm trying to get working, which is the PyDFS lineup optimizer. Trying to get this working because it uses a linear programming solver. It's using the one that I'm messing with right now. Let's see. So printf. Let's just do the same format. Percentage S7D, percentage 22S, percentage. Actually, I don't need objective. Let's see, 22G, and we'll stop there. And we'll go or model dot solver. And I think too, I need to maybe check if there's going to be more rows than columns, or more columns than rows, maybe. Not sure. Get row name. I dot C string value. All right, let's see what that gives us. And then I commented out this part here. Have I tried NixOS? No, I haven't. I have not. I was looking at a stream the other day. I forgot who it was. He had quite a few viewers, and he was talking about NixOS, and it seemed pretty interesting for like deploying applications and stuff. But I haven't tried it myself. Let's see. What do you think of it, new programmer? Have you tried it out? Let's see. So I modified the file, and then I want to do a push directory into CBC test. Oh man, I can't even think right now. Build, there we go. And then CBC, that, and then examples. Okay, clear screen. And then in here, we want to do, let's see if I have that in my history. I should, right? Make driver equals minimum, and let's see what we get here. Oh, wow. Okay. That's not what I was looking for. Are any of these numbers matching up though? 11, 24, 2, 35. 11, 24, 2, 35. Where is that? 11, 24, 35. No, just the, oh no, I'm clicking the wrong thing. So I'm not looking for 35, whatever. Yeah, so that's definitely not right. It's not getting me this or any of this. If I can see a 59,900, that would be amazing. I actually know what that constraint is too. This constraint is like a salary. Because you don't want the salary to go, or this is like the max salary. Kind of interesting. I think that's what that is. No, just wanted to know whether it's worth the time. Yeah, I'm not sure. No idea. I would say probably. So as tool takes unique approach. It looked pretty nice. Um, like personally for me, I'm not as into like application deployment and like scaling and stuff like that. I know it's important and I like it, the idea of it, but I just haven't really gotten into it. It's not like something I'm really that interested in. Um, like if I make apps, I'm gonna lean towards if they work and if it works okay, serverless stuff because it's just easier if I can. And another thing too, like this app I'm making right now, I want to make it work in the browser as opposed to on the server, and it makes it a lot easier to. Obviously, if it was some like company had some proprietary code or something, they would not want to run it in the browser, even if they could, because they would not want that public. But for me, what I'm trying to do, it's perfect. And serverless has its own issues, but if I can, I try to go with serverless stuff for sure. So I don't know a ton about deploying apps, making them scale like with a good configuration, stuff like that. Although I should definitely get into that because I do think it's important. Um, so yeah, so this is not printing out what we need, unfortunately. All right, so let's go back. Pop directory. What can we try now? I think if I keep trying stuff and failing, I'm just gonna need to do a lot of reading, and to see how linear programming works and how I can get what I need out of it. Another thing I could do is reach out to like ask a question on their GitHub and just say, where can you point me to, or where can I look to find out how the command line is printed out? I'd rather do a lot of research first before I got to that point, but I think it's something I could do if I needed to, I guess, because they seem pretty helpful on there for sure, and they don't mind answering questions like that. Um, so let's see. So I try to get the value. So we have I model solver. Why is it? Oh, it's because I don't have a new line. It's like, why is that printing so much differently? Let me just see what that looks like. Maybe it'll be easier to see what's going on. Go back and build that and run it. Um, Okay. It has 32,000. That's interesting. Actually, these numbers do look kind of correct. Hold on. Wonder, is it gonna output different values if I run it? Let me see. Is it always the same? Maybe. So 10123. 10123. Yeah, it's not the same at all. Are we even getting negative numbers at all? We are. We're getting some negative eights. Alright, maybe it's just the ordering. But it has the 32,000. I don't see that anywhere over here. Interesting. I also wonder, another thing I was thinking, I wonder if I actually need all this information. Like maybe some of it's extra and it doesn't need, it's not needed for what I'm trying to do, but seeing this 59,900, I think it might actually. I'm actually a little bit, oh, I bet this was, I don't know what that is actually. Maybe this was the optimal salary or something. I don't know. What I mean by salary is, let's see if I can find it. Usage. So it's the only reference to salary, I guess. But yeah, that's what I mean by salary. Salary of the lineup, how much it costs. All right. Let's try. I already did get reduced cost. Let's do get row price and see what we get out of that. So let's go to um copy. Oh, where is that? There it is. Okay, and then now minimum. So get row price. Let's try that one. So const double. Let's call this. Is it called dual row solution? Dual row solution. Dual solution. Equals model solver. Get row price. And then let's call this primal row solution. Just to differentiate, so let's call this primal column solution. And primal solution. Okay, and dual column solution for that other one. Dual column solution. Let's just make this clear that that's also the primal column solution, just a different way to call it. Okay, get reduce cost. I guess I could just leave these all not commented out. I don't think it's gonna like slow us down really. So dual row solution. So let's grab that. Dual row solution. Get row name. C string value. Okay. Let's see what that gives us. Bunch of zeros. Okay. That might be matching up with this, actually. That might be matching up with that. So let's look at this and go get, what is that called? Reduced cost? No, row price. Get row price. How are they using that? Dual row solution. Interesting. I wonder if I formatted this. How many things are in here? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. What? 1, 2. So this is that one. That's the name. Maybe the name is, you know what? This is probably one or the other or something like that. I just don't know the formatting of this. So maybe it's lame, and then these are the last two. So let me try this formatting and see if I get some negative zeros. So percent 15.8 G. Percent 15.8 G. So minimum percent 15.8 G down here. Not sure it's gonna change anything, but we'll see. Is that all it was? Yep. Okay. Let's go back. Build it. Run it. We're still getting zeros, that's fine. Okay. I want to say that is what that is. No way to for sure test that, but let's see. C++, C++, negative 0. I should probably read this. Um, let's look at it. Might read this later. Yeah, this looks like a big read. I'm not gonna read this right now. I just want to see why is negative 0 important. Involves complex numbers. Okay. Okay. I think this is what's happening. It's a number that is too small to be represented by float, so it's rounded to negative 0. Gotta be what's happening. What else does this say? Okay. Do a floating point operation where the mathematical result is negative, but so close to 0 that it gets rounded to 0. Okay. Okay. I don't think that's a big deal, actually. And I think that is what I'm looking for. So, we have the row name, we have the column name, we have the indexes, we have this. So what is left? Row name, column name, indexes. We have this part over here. So we just need this middle column, really. I need to know what this is. What is that? What would that be? And maybe the reason this is outputting this is, let me look at these logs really quick. So commands through time mode elapsed. So what is time mode and elapsed? Let's see if we can find that. in here. Um, Whether to use a CPU or elapsed time. CPU uses CPU time for stopping, while elapsed time uses elapsed time. Okay. That might be why we're seeing the difference, because I'm not setting the time mode, and it's using interesting. Okay. And these, by the way, again, are the parameters that are passed to the command line tool. So it's like the MPS file, time mode, elapsed, branch, I think is like a Boolean or something. And then printing options all, and then solution, and then the solution file to write to. All right, so time mode elapsed. Okay, so how do I set time mode? In here, though. Model set use elapsed time. Probably need to look how these params are working. CVC param. I think it's probably like something like I need to look at the model constructor and see. I bet you can pass in a param, or I mean, like a param object. That's what I'm guessing. And it would be like of type coin param, I think. Maybe. So let's look at the when I'm creating the model. Hold on, let me look at this code. Actually, I'm gonna look at it in the web browser. So if I go back and minimum. Oh, CVC model. Read MPS, assert, CVC model, solver. Okay. So let me see if there's anything else I can pass into the constructor. Also, time mode. Okay. Mode. It includes model. Time. Okay. Let me look in here and if there's any examples with time mode. So let's try elapsed or something. Elapsed. Only 75 results. It's not too bad. Okay. Use elapsed time. So why is it? So I could probably just call use elapsed time. I was trying to do it with like a parameter, but maybe I don't know about that. Let's print out use elapsed time and see what we get. I think that's like saying it's like a true or false. So let's see, because if it says CPU, or I mean if it says false, then we're probably on to something. So let's go prompt directory now. Oh, minimum. Is there a page down? Page down. Page down. Okay. On this keyboard, it's probably more convenient not to use that, but so let's go with model. Where's the model? Model dot. So print f, is it print f? What about print? Testing? Can you just do that? Hold on, let me see something. C++, REPL. REPL. Okay. So, oh, C out. That's what I want. That's what I want. All right, let's do C out. Okay. C out. And then solver, time mode, space. I'll just put a hole in there. And then this will be model dot get or use elapsed time, I think. Let's see if that builds. Here, build it. Let's see. Show you the top. Time mode 00. What? I printed that out? I was hoping it'd be like a true or false. Alright, well, let's try to set it, I guess. Let's go back. See if it changes too. Wait, do I have? Alright, let's see. So, um, so use elapsed time. Um, above that, I'll make it model dot use. It's like set use elapsed time, something like that. Let me see. Set use elapsed time. I think this just takes a Boolean. This is a Boolean. So we can just pass true. Yeah, these are Booleans. Set use elapsed time. I think I just need to pass a Boolean true, because these are all Booleans. So, which guy help? No clue. See, yeah, it's, hopefully I'm gonna be done with it soon. I just want to get this working and then work on the actual Python web app part of it, which will be the main part of what I'm doing. Um, and like, also it's like, I'm working with a library that's like, at least for me, like very complex. And so I'm like trying to like search for little pieces of it that I need rather than trying to understand the whole thing. So that's not easy. Um, so use elapsed time I set to true. So build it again. Okay. Ah, there we go. Okay, it changed to 10. Nice. Okay, so maybe we'll get that 32 or 59,000 now. Wait, why would it be different? Oh, because I wasn't using elapsed time. I was using elapsed time in the command line, but I wasn't using it in this program. So clearly, right? Nice, dude. I'm getting excited that this is gonna work pretty soon. Nano. Okay. Will there be a Chrome extension as well? Nah, it's just gonna be a web app. Well, for this particular thing, it's just gonna be a web interface for this tool. I guess it could be built into a Chrome extension, but maybe there's some useful Chrome extensions to pull some information out of whatever other sites. Maybe, maybe, I'm not sure. But for now, it's just going to be a web app that uses it's going to be a web interface for this command line tool, pretty much, which is used for optimizing daily fantasy sports lineups. So yeah, pretty excited about it. Because like there's optimizers out there on the market. Optimizer, EFS. Like there's this one here, this one here, this one here. And as far as I can tell, they all run on the server. If I were to create a tool that was useful to people that a lot of people use, maybe, I don't know. If not, I don't really care. I'm building it for myself just for a side project for fun, but if it were ever to be used by a lot of people, I could definitely not afford to pay for the server costs. And I plan at least probably forever, but I plan to just make this free, and then we'll see. Maybe there'll be some sort of something there, or I don't know. But it'll probably be free, and to be able to do that, I need to have it run in the browser and not on the server. That's why I'm trying to do this. Plus, it's like just I think WebAssembly is awesome, and I just want to get familiar with WebAssembly. Yeah, it does other sports actually. And just to be clear, I did not make this tool. This was created by someone else. I'm just trying to get it work in the browser. So it does all the ones here. It even does like League of Legends. Um, right here, League of Legends. It does MMA, NASCAR, tennis, CS:GO. The ones I'm interested in is NFL and NBA and golf. At least for now. I looked in NHL. I don't know. I'm just not that interested in it. MLB, I'm kind of interested, but it's like really complicated to do MLB. This is probably, at least from what I've seen, the most complicated. I have not looked into the other ones. Yeah, I'm mostly focused on NHL, NBA, and golf. Those are the three I like. So yeah, it can potentially do a lot of these for different sites as well. DraftKings, FanDuel, Fantasy Draft, Yahoo, etc. So, and you could build like adapters into it as well for other, you could do custom sites as well, and custom sports. I was considering like rebuilding this from scratch to work in the web by default, but man, it's a big project. So I was like, I'd rather just use something that already exists, build off of that, and then try to get it to work in the browser. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. So let's see. Time mode. All right, let's see if I can. Um, yeah, and as far as I know too, it's like the only open source one that I can find that does anything really. UFS optimizer. I didn't do a ton of searching, but just based on this, I looked at this. I think this is probably better. I did look at this one. What is this written in? Is this Python as well? But I actually didn't take a good look at this, so maybe this is fine. Yeah, this is written in Python as well, but I suppose I could use the same. I wonder how it does the optimization. Like, what are the requirements here? Google App Utils, test path. It uses OR tools. So what's OR tools? OR tools. OR tools is looks like a Google library. Nice. Um, I did look at this actually too. I wonder if this was the route I should have went. I don't know. Anyways, I could use the same kind of idea to get this working as well with Pyodide. I don't know. I'll look into this. Maybe this will be a backup plan if I can get this other one working. I did look at it before too, just didn't give it a good look. There's other ones, I'm sure. Optimizers. Anyways, this is like the most popular one. Let me see the stars on this one. 230. A little bit more. I don't know. Have you seen the site OneBetX? I have not. What is that? License was founded. Experience. Um, have I heard of this? I'm not sure. It sounds familiar. Online gambling company. What is it? Is it just like a sports book? Or is it like a casino and everything? Looks like looks like it has a bunch of stuff. For sports betting? Okay. Oh, 1x bet. Okay. 1x bet. Oh, that was the same one. I just typed it. Okay. Yeah, sports betting. No, I haven't looked into this. I'm not as interested in sports betting, regular sports betting. I really like fantasy stuff. It's a little bit more fun, but I do, it's definitely something to look into. I think sports betting, there's definitely you can, if you know what you're doing, probably gain an edge there. And it's kind of fun, but I don't know. Something I'll definitely look into at some point. So OR tools, hold on, let me see something really quick. So OR tools, wait, OR tools, HiPi, IPI, download files. Okay, so OR tools is not a pure Python program either. So I'd probably have the same issue anyways, because it doesn't look like a pure Python program. So yeah, might look into that though. I did look at this library, but I don't know. You think you can use this in betting? I'm just guessing. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure you could. I'm sure there's a way to do it for sure. Um, let me see. Let me see. Okay, so we have the columns. I want to bring that back in. I'm gonna comment this out. Bring this column stuff back in because I think we're gonna see the correct value now. Where it said 32,000, I think it might say 50. Um, 59,000. I'm hoping, which would be great. Is that what we saw? Did we see, or did I have to use primal? I'm forgetting how I did it, but let's just try this first. Let's go in there and build that. Yeah, I'm also interested in like machine learning stuff, and so I might do some streams. I already have done some streams on it, um, but not much, and they're not saved. But like just trying to predict output, fantasy points output, and no success really yet. But I have some ideas. So just a project I've been working on for a while, and I'll keep working on. Let's see. Where am I at? Make a solution. Solution was not declared. Dang it. Okay. What did I do wrong? Solution was not declared. Is that the only thing I have commented out? Oh, right. I renamed it to primal column solution. Okay. Primal column solution. Okay. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so we're still getting these. This is interesting though. This might match up now. Hold on. Hold on now. All right. Down here. No, it's 000. There's 4 zeros and a 1. And I have a bunch of zeros and a 1, just like before. Okay, that's okay. So, pop D. Um, Probably gonna take a break in a little bit too. Pretty soon. I need to take care of some stuff. Let's see. So let's try all of these. Final column solution. I don't remember the one I found. What kind of what I was looking for, so I'll have to do each one of them. Dual column solution. Let's try that one. And I can build it, run it. Okay, so the dual column solution is actually the objective, I guess. So it's interesting. So that doesn't help. Um, minimum. Let's try the next one. Wait, where was the one where it was showing 59,000? That was the rows, right? Yeah. Okay, okay. So rows. So let's just do the rows afterwards, I guess. I'll do it in the opposite order it's shown. So dual row solution. I guess I could do multiple at once. I don't know. Let's just do one at a time. Screw it. So dual row solution. That might have been the one I'm looking for. That one. Okay. So that's the zeros. Okay. So it wasn't that one. Dang it, I wish I would have remembered this. That's alright. Alright. So primal row solution is the last one, right? Primal row solution. And did I try primal column solution? I don't remember. I think so. Let's do them both at the same time though. And then if this works, I think I'll stop there. And well, probably either way. Let's see. Okay. It's still 30,000. Dang it. All right. Well, I really thought I was onto something there with the time elapse, but I at least have the right setting now because it was using the CPU time. Or it definitely wasn't using elapse because we had 0, 0. Now it's 1, 0, which I'm assuming is elapse. So cool. I think it's a good place to take a break. I did make some progress. Been streaming for an hour. Thanks, everyone, for checking out the stream. Flipio, it's nice to see you again. And new programmer, thanks for checking out the stream and welcome. And yeah, I'll see everyone next time. Probably a little bit later today. I just have to take care of a couple things, but we'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you guys.